Didn't realise what we'd actually got here. So look at this. This is very clever. So a couple of different samples that Joe's got here. You do get 2 of these. Just say tea light holders, so make sure you use the battery operated ones. But I can see, Joe, you have used the little lights there as well, the LED lights.
Yeah, so what I've done on this one, all I did was cover the whole thing with indigo blue tissue paper.
Okay, yeah.
And then as I was doing it, I sandwiched the lights in between so that it's almost like a cocoon effect. And then I sprayed that up with Pearly Winks colours, and it looks like a fantasy flower to me. It's
you
just...
know what, it could be, again, it could be from one of those TV series, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry, I'm not doing this on purpose, but it would definitely work with the dragons from Zurich.
Yes, yeah, absolutely perfectly.
And the swords and the armour as well. I think they're back tomorrow as well.
This one very much so with those swords, because that would very much reflect that TV show. And all that I've done with this one is, instead of putting the pieces together in the way that they're supposed to be, going inwards, it's pointing outwards. And then I've got one that's my work in progress at the minute, which is this one. And all I've done with this, and this is literally just starting it, because this is going to get bling as well. So I've just wrapped it really, really messily with Hessian.
Yeah.
To make it, they kept popping off the top, and I was thinking, what can I do? Glue dries clear. Yay! So there's a real messy amount of glue on the top of each of those, but it means that those threads aren't going to move.
Yeah.
And it also means that these end bits I can trim right down. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm now going to get my threads, and I'm going to get beads, and I'm going to weave in and out with ribbon and beads and all kinds of different bits, so that when you sit your tea light in the centre, it'll glow through all of the kind of the gaps in the Hessian. There you go, you can just about see it.
That's a lovely idea.
The gaps in the thread, and then we'll have some bling on there. So maybe next time I come back, I'll have blinged that one up.
You could spray paint that as well, and then sort of colour the string, but you still have the light showing through.
I thought that these, if you were having a wedding, along the path of where the bride and groom are working with little tea lights in, and they're dead easy, because if you put them all together, and if you've got a big tub of emulsion paint, any old paint, just dip them in and pull them back out again, and that colours them all. But with a little tea light, or as a table centre at a wedding,
that is a really good idea. I like
loads of things. This is one of my favourite things from Hayley all year, and it is so simple and a bit silly really, because it's a very simple piece, but there is so much that you can do with it.
Are they easy to put together as well?
Yep, dead easy to put together. I have got, here we go. It doesn't look it actually when I put this out on a, so you've got your central piece, and it does say on there, warning for electric tea lights only, and then you literally sort these into height order and just slot them in and glue them. Really, really simple. Yeah, but what I also liked is if you put these in order, and again, it's just thinking about the scope of something. You see, I'm forming almost a wing shape now.
So you could change this around and just play about with the shapes that you get from these, because the slots themselves are the same size. It's just the length.
But if you wanted to move totally away from it being a tea light holder, you could make some sort of wall plaque, insignia, some sort of badge. So again, there's more scope, and I like all these organic shapes.
I can't say the word I'm thinking, just in case somebody's watching.
Well, I'm not even going to hazard a guess at thinking what you're thinking. Yes, no, I just thought.
Don't say it, Joe, don't say it.
No, I'm not going to say it because I'm with her later and I don't want to scare her. So, but there we go. In fact, I think
that's better. That's changed it.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
So again, it's all about and forming your shapes. It's not about making it into a tea light holder. It's thinking slightly differently and thinking, oh, where can I go with that? So there we go. So the tea light holders are great as well.
Yeah. I see you've had a lot of fun with those.
I've been playing.
Nice that you've got 2 as well, and of course if you want more than 2 you can buy those as many as you want. Well, we've got the stocks again, £12.99, 779 988. Oh, we haven't got much time left, actually. Let's give a bit of a recap on what we have got here on the counter. Of course, more on the website. The A6 journal pages here. Any 6 for $11.99, 471048. Don't forget, when these were originally designed, Hayley thought they were going to be great for displaying your little stitcheries and your panels, maybe your reference guide again. Works very, very well to do that, because Jo has brought to us lots more ideas today, so you have got so many different options. Such a lovely idea with this one, with the insects in as well, isn't it? $11.99, as I say there, that's if you're going for the A6, any 6 of them. But when it comes to the A5, it's any 6 again, and it's still a pick and mix, but of course you've got the larger pages here. Different item number, 357715, $14.99 for this one. Any 6 again, you decide the combination, it's up to you. And then we do have another one. You might have forgotten about this one because we haven't mentioned it for a while. We have got the starter set for you as well. Now, there's 2 different options. With this one, you are actually getting the printed fabric as well. So you can use it in here, or you may want to keep that separate and use the pages in something else. You also get the 2 rings here as well, which you may decide to use or not. Also, you can coat on the back of these if you want to hide the fabric. If you're using the fabric, you can put some grey board or something on there as well. Now, when it comes to the fabric itself, you have got those 2 different options. So the first one that I'm going to show you is this one, which is our creative option. Very good, isn't it? And then, of course, we've already seen the insects, and this is what you get in here as well. And you can see they're going to fit perfectly into those apertures if you do wish to use these. $14.99 for the starter kit, $248,486. Again, if you want one of each, go for 2. Go for multiples of 2 and go for one of the creative and one of the insects as well. Now, we do have more for you. Let's remind you about the desk tidy. Now, you're getting 2 of these, I believe, as well. Let's have a look at the details. There we are, 2 of the multi-tiered desk tidies. $14.99, $398, $142 is the item number on those. And there you can see them. Lots of ways you can decorate those, lots of techniques you can use as well. I think you'll have taken lots of inspiration from Jo this hour to decorate all sorts of your MDF pieces, not just the journal pages. Now, we haven't got a lot of time left, but we are going to go back to Jo because we've got a few minutes. So, Jo, we can just sort of see what you're finishing off with.
So I'm just popping in the keepers, so that I've now got myself a working journal. Just those desk tidies, by the way, they're castles. They're not desk tidies. The first time I saw them, I saw either a fortress with lots of soldiers or a princess castle with perhaps one of your air dry clay maidens in one of the turrets.
Seeing as you've said that, Jo, I'm thinking now the enchanted castle, the gates to the castles there. I can see they could easily be turrets. The dragons would work again. Oh, and teamed with the tea lights as well. You could build a whole scene, couldn't you?
There we go. So pop it onto one of your pieces of 12 by 12 board as your base, and you can do the world's your oyster, Catherine. You'd have a whale of a time.
Oh, now you've got me going to see. With those art boards, that could be a base. You could build up paper mache hills and mountains, paint. Oh, we need a day just to craft it.
I know, it's all about playing, isn't it? So, but this now, I've almost got kind of a working journal. So what I would have done, or had we had time, is stamped a bit of a sentiment into each of these. And there's pages left for me to finish, but there's also pages in there that I can add stuff to. These are the backs of the insert cards that I've done. Whoop. There's my one with my hinge. Spot the deliberate mistake. I've put the hinge on the wrong side.
Yeah, but there isn't a right and wrong in journals.
Exactly. There's no right and wrong in art. But then when you pop it back over, it kind of aligns back up to its hole. And then this one's matching with the little lady that I did, and this one to finish. So a real variety, an absolute hodgepodge of different styles in there.
So many good
But
ideas.
it's a good reference for me because it shows me 6 of my colours from my paints, but it also shows me how my different mediums interact with the chalk paint. So this is almost a swatch book, but a little bit extra as well, because I can now write notes about, on here I can put some notes saying pencils didn't work, use gesso next time underneath, so that I've got like a hint book for myself.
Well, we say we learn by our mistakes. I hate to think there's a wrong and right. I don't like that in craft at all. I think everybody finds their own way of working with things, and what's right for one is not right for another, perhaps. Just before we go, can you bring in the tea light again that you've got at the side of you there? That beautiful
Which one? This one?
Because I'm looking at that again, you see, I'm thinking, how nice would that look in sort of ice crystals? as well. You know, the blues and the whites, and you could cover it with sort of ice crystals. It's almost like a magic, what do they call it? The mystic ball, the crystal ball in there.
I want to make some leaves to come up behind it and make it, it reminds me a little bit of a calla lily.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to do some nice leaves coming up behind it and make a whole world. It's like, to me, it's a fantasy flower, but it can be a throne, it can be.
Do you know, it could
a
almost be an
table
eye
centre.
now. I'm looking at it as well there. Turn it, dragon's eye. Oh, we've got dragons on tomorrow, did I tell you? I'm just teasing now. Oh,
Good
Joss,
fun.
thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. I really certainly did enjoy that, because, you know, when we've got great prices and great products, sometimes we look at what we're seeing in front of us and we're thinking, yeah, it's MDF, I can put a bit of paint on there, maybe a bit of paper. But to see so many different techniques there in one show, I think it's opened up the opportunities for many people, given lots of people lots of ideas of how they're going to work with them. Do check your baskets out. Now, I can tell you that Joe is back later on, but it's not with this, is it, Joe?
No, I am. I'm on later with the lovely Janice, so it's going to be fun. But I'm going to be doing some proggy.
Oh, the
Hayley's
return
trusting
of
me with
proggy.
proggy, so quite
I shall
excited
look
by
forward
that.
to that. And I'm so glad you said the lovely Janice. It saves me saying it now. It's a bit of a running joke here in the studio, if you're wondering. Thank you so much, Joe. I'll see you later on in the studio, of course. Don't go anywhere, though. Much more to come. Coming up next, we've got Dolly Dimples, Big Save, and that's Adam and Charmaine together. And then we've got Doodlecraft Designs. And then, oh, the one-day special tonight, it's All and Create. It's a big save.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high-quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp, and how did I get here? Well, when my children, Grace and Mark, were born, I left the corporate world and I took up crafting full time. Then I had a moment of clarity, if you'll pardon the pun, and I came up with the transparent art stamp. And the rest is history, really. For the last 27 plus years, I've been pioneering the art of transparent stamping. I love teaching. For me, it's all about that. And so working with Hochanda is fantastic because it gives me the perfect platform to reach out and work with like-minded people and to be able to show some of the tricks that I've learned along the way. If you like my style and you like what I do, then please join me, Barbara Gray, on Hochanda.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free using our app on Roku? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Roku streaming player or Roku TV accesses the Roku channel store to add new channels. By downloading the Hochanda channel, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Turn on your TV and connect your Roku device. Next, turn the power on and press the home button on your Roku remote. Scroll up or down to select settings. Select your network and select Setup Connection. Roku uses a wireless connection, so select your router name and add your password. This should be on the side or the bottom of your router. If this is the first time using Roku, then you'll need to set up an account on the device or by going to the Roku website. That's it. Now it's time to add the Hochanda app. Simply press the home button on the Roku remote. Scroll up or down using the arrows on your remote to select streaming channels, then open the channel store. At the top of the channel store, you'll find a list of featured, new and popular categories to explore. Enter Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. Now simply select Add Channel. When you see the added channel screen, press OK and return to the home page. Now scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the star button on your remote. You can then use the arrow buttons to move Hochanda to the top of the screen for quick and easy access. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Yes, still here. How are you? That is me, if you don't know who I am by now. I hope you're well. The time has just struck 4 o'clock on this merry bank holiday Monday. I know. What have you done with your day? Have you just sat around in that fleecy dressing gown that Santa bought you? Not even took the curler out your hair? Oh, who cares? It's Monday. And that's what I wish I was doing. I really do. We're busy. As you already know, this should have been called Final Call, we normally call this show, but due to everything selling out, we haven't got a one-day special to show you, so we've added other stuff in. Now, it's flying out like hotcakes, no pun intended, for the next project you're about to see. The boots is what we're looking at the moment. Look at the size of the stamps you are looking at here. Now, in theory, if I told you a couple of months back, you could have bought all of these for £43.96. I wouldn't be telling you a porcupine. We did them as a one-day special. We were in the other studio, to be in fact. In theory, you can buy them all individually for £10.99. But what about if I told you for £19.96 today, I'll give you these two. 519159 is your item number. How about if I told you for £19.96 today, I will give you these two, and I will gift these two for free. Yes, you heard me correctly. Buy two, I will gift you two as well. For £19.96 today, these boots have been busy. You are getting all 4 of the boot stamps that we're seeing here at the moment, and by Jove, are they busy already. 519159 is your item number for all 4 of the boots. Let me show you some of the samples before I introduce Charmaine once again. She is here. She's just prepping for a demonstration that we've got here, hot off the press. But look how amazing these boots are and how well they work with your mats and layers. Just going on with your big cards. Obviously, you would then cut this down that you've got here already. But then taking the heels from the boots and changing the heels with your mats and your layers that you can go. Adding your embellishments onto your heels as well. Sewing the laces so they've got that beads and texture that runs all the way through them. Using your doodles, using your boot as a stencil for the background, and then giving you a focal point at the front as one single boot. 85% now of the stock has already gone. And I can see why. We are phenomenally busy. for all of this. I'm trying to show you as many cards as I can that you can do with once you get all of these boots whole. That's a good grip. That is a good grip with them little pincers that I got there. There's so much you can do. But what I normally say is it's all right having a decent set of stamps, but if you've got the wrong medium to stamp it onto, that's when you slightly go, I'm not a stamper, is what you're talking about. But how about if I told you I would gift you today all of this? So all of this that you are getting here. So I will give you the mixed media card's what I was looking for. I'll give you 25 sheets of the mixed media card in there that we know our Charmaine loves. Everything he's done on this sort of off-white mixed media card. A subtle ivory you could go for with that. Then I'll give you 25 sheets of the black. Now you're thinking, well, what am I going to do with black card? Mats and layers. Mats and layers are the key. Use your white card. Look how your cards will pop. Using them on the black all the time. It's the black that does the work for you. That sluttle border that you've got there. Sluttle. Don't know what sluttle is, but I like the word. I think I've been called that in the past. You little sluttle, you. Then I will give you super smooth 250 GSM A3 cards as well, and I will give you 50 sheets. Pick a card, any card. I'll tell you what was on it. Black. Right then, I'm not alone. The lady behind all of this, the sort of the mayoress of Dollytown, if you will, if there was such a town, which there is, children. There is. Dolly Parton did a big song and dance about it in the middle of a square. I'm sure that was Dollyville on Netflix. We have got our Charmaine. It's a good old film. We've got our Charmaine here as well. Are you all right, my love?
I am.
Been a long day for you, bless you.
It's been a long day, but it's been fun.
But it has been fun. And it's full of... This is what I like, and I say this quite blasé. When we sell out of a one-day special, for the sheer fact... For us, it's no real change because we've still got our products in for you. For Charmaine, she has all her demos prepped for a one-day special that go all the way through the day. And these are the shows I love. It's called crafting on the hoof, is what we call it. Because in theory, we don't really know what we're doing. But this is what I do, because this is where you take all your knowledge that you know about the quality of the stamps, because you know you can put them through anything and they're going to work for you. Take all the mediums and the correct paper and you can still come up with something absolutely stunning.
We hope so now.
Yeah, I've built this up to be something that's going to be good. But it's true, because you've got all the right tools for the job. And I don't mean your pens and your inks. I mean the stuff that you bring us, your stamps, your stencils, the paper, the cardstock.
Yeah, your pens and the inks, you know, they do well. They do well.
They do help, but without them, you need something to use them with, don't you? And that's what you bring us.
I mean, I call this winging it.
It is, and I love these shows.
I suddenly just like changed my mind and went, how come the scissors? So you're doing the do, and I'm snipping away.
I love the boots. I knew they'd go there if I talked for long enough. The boots are now limited
stock. Me cover.
I knew it. Limited stock is what the boots are. Let's get a crack on with our first demonstration before they go. Right then, Charmaine, I've got it back.
I'm going to be doing a lot of Facebook Live.
We will. What were you up to first? I'm guessing the boots.
Right, yeah, quick, sharpish. These boots were made for walking. And come on, stamping. Actually won a competition for singing.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Well, I
was only young. I think I felt sorry for me. Oh, the judge was deaf.
What song did you sing?
Oh, gosh. Oh, I can't remember.
Is it a Max Bygraves classic?
Well, it was quite an old one, but I can't even remember what it is. Oh. It might have been something like Bridge Over Troubled Water or something.
A bit of Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, why not?
I love it.
When you're weary. Yeah, it was probably something like that, and it was done terribly, badly.
I bet it was.
I don't know, there's quite a few.
I bet you sang like a lark.
Lark. Well, I could think, yeah. I think of a better word. That's what I was thinking, yeah. We're on the same wavelength there. Right, OK, so I've got my image stamped, and what I'm going to do is... Not what I was going to do, but I'm going to do something. Right, move you over. We'll chuck you over to one side. We're doing chucking, not jumping now. OK. So it's final call. End of the day for me. So it's chucking. So there it's stamped, and here it's stamped again. And then I don't know why, but I decided that I was going to cut this bit out and then not cut the heel. So for some reason I chopped the heel off. But I actually do want the heel on, and I quite like the colour of it. So what I've used is I've used a piece of the under the sea paper.
Yes.
So if I just grab what I've got left here, and you've got samples there as well with boots on.
Yes, I have.
And that one, which I did earlier on this sheet, so that's the remaining from it. That one has been done by one of the girls using one of these sheets as well.
That's all I've got.
Obviously the rest of them are the backing papers, but you can see how they can be used to sort of paper piece as well. Okie dokie.
They're beautiful.
Right, move there. So they're not solely for sea, if that makes sense, because they are quite sort of neutrally backgrounds. Does this make sense? I'll give you a quick flick. Some have got fish on, and some are quite sort of subtly backgrounds there, like that one. How gorgeous is that? So we might have to use that later if you get time. Right, so I've done that. I've started cutting, need the scissors, and we'll just whip out the rest of it. So in we go. So we do a little bit of paper piecing. And of course with paper piecing, if you stamp it a couple of times, you can and kind of split it up, you can use different pieces to create different effects, if that makes sense. And you can usually do a twofer. A twofer is where...
Two for one?
Yeah. So if you take the top part of the boot and you switch it with the bottom part of the boot, you've got the other two in the opposite direction to make a second one in the opposite colours.
I'm with you.
Yep, you with me on that? So, I mean, I did that one with the shoe. So I've used two different papers. And I say shoe, that was the bottom part of the boot. And I think I did that with you on one of the shows.
Yeah,
remember?
me and you did that. That's why I bought the shoes.
And it was your idea to switch them all around, wasn't it?
Well.
Which changes the demos on. So what I'm going to do now is, because I've stamped that already on there, it gives me all the fluffy bits that I don't want to cut out. So I ain't going to try and cut out little swirly bits, because that would just be ridiculous. You know, it's doable. You'd leave it with a border, but we haven't got time to watch me try and cut out twiddly bits like that. So we're just going to go in, and we're going to cover that one there and there. So if you don't colour in, and if you do obviously cut out, or you've got a machine that'll cut out for you, that's quite easy to do. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to see if that will match back in again, because I'm going to leave it in because I don't want to switch it. So I do like these colours. Now, if you want to go in with a pen and then highlight areas, you can do, and that's really simple, even if you don't colour in. It's not rocket science. Oh, okay. And I kind of did that, I think, on the previous hour. So I don't want to go too heavy with the colour on here. What I want to do is a little bit of paper piecing. And then I want to do a bit of stenciling, just a small amount of stenciling. And we will go with swirly whirly whirlies. So
do we have the stencils still on the show?
Cosmic, I hope so, because I'm using them.
Yes, we do. We've still got the stencils on the show. They come in 3 sets. There's 3 different item numbers for the stencils as well.
So this is Cosmic out of set 3.
This comes in set 2. This comes with the roses and the maize that you've got in there as well. £14.97. 551993 is your item number. Absolutely beautiful. Well worth their weight in gold. Once again, there's so much you can do with a decent set of stencils once you get them home. 551993 is your item number. We might as well show the others while we're here as well. Let me show you the screw heads and the nails and the dots and dashes and shards that you get in there as well. 443554 is your item number, £14.97. And last but no means least, you've got your entwined circles in there, your cells and your seeds, £14.97, 569234.
Right, seeing as you've got them all out and showed them all, I'm going to mix them up and use a few more in the background there. I'm going to go for the roses. That's out of set 3 as well. And I'm going to stick with the same colour. So the colour that I've just used is, let me get this right, Seedless Preserves. Oh. In my head, I've got lots of different names, and so have many people. So we'll stick with Seedless Preserves. So I'm going over the top. I'm using exactly the same colour. Now, if I hold and flick, and your stencil won't come red, hold and flick, you can see I'm partially over the boot there, but I've got a more solid colour in areas, which is slightly covering up what I put on previously, because I've gone on heavier, if that would make sense. Then I'm going to go partially over this boot here with another one. Why? Because I can. And then we'll add one here. And then we'll move it down. And I want to stick with the rule of odd numbers, so we'll add a couple more down here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go, happy with that. Okay, so you can see how that's coming together there. What's that? Foreign bodies. We don't want that on. Go away, you. So pop that one back. And finally, I'm going to switch, and we are going to have, to go in the circles, we are going to have the screw heads. And hope that that's not stuck to it. Oh, there's a little bit of stickage there, so maybe we're okay. I'm going to mix in some screw heads in here, and now we're going to switch it up and add in some blue. Because there's blues in the paper, I know what colours are in the paper because obviously I did them. There's blues in the paper, I can mix that in, and that should work quite nicely.
Okay. What's the rule with cleaning stencils? Is there a rule?
Yeah,
Can you
flat.
leave them?
Flat.
And but do you need to clean them? You don't, obviously, the only reason I say it is we see so many people do so many different things. Unless you clean it after the hour.
No. Lazy coo. No, she doesn't clean them. But what I tend to do, it will depend on what I want to use, because as you see, I've got blue on there. Now, if I take that, so let's do some maintenance here, and I move that, that's getting to where I want it to be anyway. And if I take this one here like that, and I then take some texture paste, because I'm going to do that in the next one anyway, and I grab some texture base, and I've got that ink sat on there. Now that ink can dry for a good couple of days, but that ink will still be activated with water.
Okay.
So if I take the texture paste and I run it over the top, if I'm going to colour tint the texture paste afterwards, can you see how I'm moving that colour around?
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want to do. So I know if I come back to that one later and I think, oh, it's got blue on it, then one, I've either got to clean it, or I've got to use something that's a darker one, or won't make it look funny. So if you, when you're cleaning your stencils, which now we've just got this mucky, but we've got this wonderful colour of texture paste going on. So get that in there, and we move that off.
Yeah.
I mean, that straight away to me is like, it's getting there. If I'd have carried on, and I've got hints of the purple, hints of the blue, and the job's done.
If you're using your distress oxides, just leave them, because yes, they'll dry, but they'll dry.
Yeah.
But unless you add water to them, they're not going to reactivate themselves. So you can just keep going over and over and over.
So then if we take the stencil and you do want to clean it, and you do want to add water to it, so the water is going to clean the oxides off, because that's water based. If you've got something on that's like a medium that's got a glossy finish and it's like welded and you've got to pick it on, then I use things like a nail varnish remover.
Okay.
And I'll use a plastic flat container, like a 12 by 12 plastic boxes. I'll pour a little bit on there and I'll leave it for a few hours, and you can guarantee usually with the majority of the products it will come off with, because it's a solvent.
It's good
to get
knowing
rid of
these things.
And it won't damage the mylar that it's cut out of. You know, I mean, I call it plastic because it's plastic, but you know, people call it mylar, so it won't damage that. But one of the things with stencils is clean them flat. You start cleaning them in mid-air, them little bits, delicate bits that are there are going to go wonky donker.
You don't want that, because you pay good money for them. £14 and £97. It's these little chips, like, you don't want to stop crafting to keep cleaning everything, do you? 'Cause
I'm too lazy.
I would be the same as well, and then it just takes the fun out of getting messy and getting crafty, because you think, oh, I've got to clean that now, and you've got to stop the enjoyable bit.
Yeah, I mean, a piece of paper there at the side, if you want, you know, precision of colours, when you say you're using your oxides and you're using another oxide, or whatever medium that you're using, you don't want cross-contamination. No. You don't want your colours to mix, and clean it after every use, you know, without doubt. But I'm not that fussy, I'm not that precious, but that's me. Some people are, and I can understand that. You don't want cross-contamination. But just clean them flat. So where did we get to? Where did we get to before you made me clean?
There it is.
Right, okay. So here we are with this one, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pencil. So I've got a watercolour pencil here, and I'm just going to run a little bit of colour around the edge of the boot and down there. So, you know, anybody can use a watercolour pencil, nice and easy. And it's I'm not perfect at drawing straight lines because that's slightly raised up. I've got a key to, you know, it's like using a ruler.
You sort of button up against
Yeah,
it.
I don't think that I'm some whiz at drawing straight lines there, because I am not. So then I will take a paintbrush or a water brush, but paintbrush seems to be there first. And then I will just pull that colour out like so, and the same around the outside edge. And then that to me is ready for a few of my words to go on, but depends what's in my head at the time, might not be appropriate for TV. So we'll leave the words off for Ron.
Okay.
And you remember who Ron is, don't you?
Yes, you'll do Ron later.
Yeah, that's
as in, you put it to one side for later.
Oh, well corrected.
That's what I meant.
It's not what we thought.
To do Ron.
So, do Ron. So just a little bit of, gives it a little bit of shadow. I'm not using a grey, I'm using a blue, and it's in keeping with what I'm doing. I'm happy with that. And I can go around the outside edge, but you can see where I'm getting to. If you want to make it into a card and a smaller piece, you could visualise it being a card like that with a little greeting on the side of it.
That's nice.
Okay.
That is beautiful. And look how quickly it frames a project, really fast. If you want all 4 of these boots, remember you can cut them out, you can change them if you wish as well. And when I say change them, I mean you change the heels, you change how they all look. It's entirely up to you. They're absolutely beautiful. Let me spin them around so you can see the colourways that they've all been done in. You've seen the size, they are actual size as well. They're true to size out on the front. So if you do get stuck on how to use them, this is the best guide to use. And you are getting all 4 of these stamps for £19.96. 519159 is your item number. We're now down to single figures of this as well. They're limited stock. Actually, I'm hearing they're super limited stock is what we're talking now. Is that all we've got left? Oh my word, these are about to go. If you want them, get them now. Jump on the website. I haven't got many left. So, let's move on to something else. Now, yesterday at launch, you would have seen we had a larger collection of our next items that we're about to look at. These are the cakes. Slices. Now, we did have a bigger bundle on here. That bigger bundle sold out, but we have managed to get some individual items that we've got there already. They're all individuals for £10.99. They're all items under the same item number. So let's go through these for you. They're all £10.99. Your item number is 612148 is your item number. This is the first one that we're looking at here. If we would have thought about this, we could have put them in order. So this one, this is cake 8 that you're looking at now. Then this is cake 1. From there down the bottom, that's cake 2. Then we've got cake 3. Now, then cake 7 that you've got there as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 that you're looking at already. We've got no cake 10. I feel that's the cake 10 has sold out, so ignore that on your screens at the moment. 612148 is your item number that you're looking at. Cake 2, this one here, limited stock for cake 2. I will put these in order when we go over to demonstration. Cake 2 is limited stock on its own if you want cake 2, and funnily enough, this is the one we're about to demo with as well. So let's get over to demonstration for a bit of cake.
Bit of cake. Can't beat a bit of cake. Okay, so back to the mixed media card and pop it in, and over you go. There we go. Cake on, cake off. Who doesn't like a bit of cake? Right, so we've got that one on. I'm just going to roll it back, move that over. Let's move my worky stuff down the end there. Come on. Get a bit organised, Charmaine. Poor camera guy will be just screaming in my ear. Well, not today, because I haven't got my piece in. Right, here we go. Ink and stamp. and pray to the God of craftiness. Here we go.
Who, Phil Martin?
Is he the God of craftiness?
Lord Phil
Is he the
Martin.
one that's going to shout at me? Oh,
Sir
missed a bit there.
OBE.
Shout at me for missing bits on my ink or leaving my ink pads open.
The boots.
The walking boots.
The boots, the walking boots. These boots sold out. They've gone. Don't bother looking at them. Let's go back to the cakes.
Okay. Cakes. Back to me?
Yeah, back to you, sorry. Back to you.
I don't look up at me. I get shy, I'm shy. But that over. Right, so we've got the cakes. I've got it stamped out. And what I've done is I've used some of the texture paste, like what I just did a minute ago on the other stencil, so I'm not going to do it because I've already done it there. I've got the cake ready to colour in. What I want to do is I want to use some explosion powders. There you are, them will do. So I'm going to add some colour to so this stencil is from set 1 and it's the cells. So let's get some explosion powders on them.
This cake that Charmaine's currently, sorry to chip in, this cake that you're currently using has now sold out individually. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck with that one.
Okay, so I've got a background going on. I've got a cake that's inked, and here's one I stamped earlier. So I would dry that with a heat gun. So shall I go to another cake?
No, they're saying that you're fine.
Yep, because we've got the paper and we've got the
paper,
stencil,
we've got stencils.
and I'm sure that these powders are on the paste is on the website.
I suppose you could do everything with the same cake designs, couldn't you?
Yes. Yes.
Well, that was very sensual.
Yes, we'll do that next. Is that your idea now?
Well, no, yeah, that's what we come up with in my ear to say we can carry on with the same cake.
Right, okay. So here we go. Right, so it's starting to curl on one side. Now I'm going to lift it because it causes condensation when it's on the table, and I'll just blow dry it from the back side. And you can see I've got water on there, so I'll just switch that off, use my dirty cloth. There we go. Place that down, and while that is still slightly damp, I'm going to nick some of that colouridge for the top piece of that. Yep, and a bit more, which I'll just dry it off a little bit, but we'll get a little bit of colour going on there for something else later on. So, heat gun. This is not the fastest of heat guns, but it's quiet, so you can still hear us when we're talking. So you can just about, can you see on, yeah, you can get that wiggle in a little bit and wiggle it that way. You can see the texture going on there. Now if you want to run over with an ink pad over the top, you can do, and that'll highlight the areas that are in, kind of embossed, aren't they? Yeah, yeah, with the paste. So, get that going. What I will do is I will grab the ink. Didn't put it away, did I? There we go. Because I've got a thing about purple.
Is that your colour at the moment?
It's always been my colour.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm a lime green and turquoise and purple and blue, but purple usually comes into the mix. So I can go over the top and add. I don't want to go to all the areas because I'm going to cover some anywhere.
This is the mixed media card you're using, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
Of course it is.
There's so much you can do with it. It's, what's the word? Durable?
Durable.
Durable. Okay,
and
right.
versatile.
I have got one already coloured in and cut out, so we've lost the twiddly bits on it. But if I place that one there, and I take the black card, or I could use that one and frame it if I wanted, like I did before. There we go. Or we could use a sheet of black, and we'll have it there. Okay, so I'm going to go PVA all the way. On we go. Squeeze, stop squeezing, and start spreading. There we go, that's it. And turn that around, place that down.
This just proves how well this black card works for mats and layers.
Oh, it does. It does make things pop, doesn't it? Want a wee bit more glue up there, Charmaine. And let's get that. Let's make sure that she uses her
The bright side of it. Have you missed the 8 o'clock show this morning?
I still think you were winding me up. I don't think that I'm that over. Well, actually, no, I do.
And used the back of her sharp knife to cut. And she was like, "Oh, these knives not working." We were like, "No, I think you've got your knife upside down."
Actually, it does need... Oh, now I'm going into the ruler as well. It does need a new blade because it's not brilliant. That's definitely... I can hear it. It's got that to it. And same again there. Get that one down there. And then, of course, you could take a piece of card and fold it and pop that on the top, and it would give you a double layer. On that, a little bit of glue in the back, and I quite like that. Now, I would put a sentiment on, but I'm not going to, because then it could be a birthday card, it could be a sorry you're leaving card, piece of cake. Who doesn't like cake?
Anyone looks... What's your favourite cake?
All cake.
You like everything?
Every cake you can imagine, unless it's mouldy. Every cake.
What, you like a coconut swirl and things like that?
Yeah. Do coconut big time, yeah. Shall I do a different one? Or do you want to do a recap?
We're going to let you set up. Right. I'm going to do a quick recap because I've got things to recap over here. Ooh, coconut swirl. Ooh. No, I'm not a fan of coconut. I'm not a fan. Cake number 1. I'm a partial Battenberg. I like that. And a Victoria sponge. You've got...
Sorry to interrupt you. Boots gone.
Has Boots gone, Meg? Right then. It'll be going quickly by the time I tell them, so
right,
we wouldn't go there. I've got news about the boots. I'll come to that shortly. Cake number 1 is limited stock now as well, so that is your cake 1, limited stock. By the way, they're all the same size on the back as well. Cake number 3 that you've got down here is also limited stock that you're looking at the moment. Then you've also got cake number 7, which is the one in the middle. And then you've got cake 8 over on the end as well. £10.99. Individually, there was meant to be a big bundle, but they've all sold out as a big bundle. So now, look at what you can create. Party bunting. How nice would this be as a little party? Quick and simple. Imagine you going and doing this and embroidering on them if you wanted to. So you get your embroidery machine out and start sewing away. How beautiful are all of those? So that is your bunting that we've also got. Then you've also got, oh, look at these. How beautiful are these for finished samples? That cake on the front, then you've got on the opening using the papers that we've also got on the show. Taking it with one of your dollies that you got there, one of your girls, and putting your girl inside the top hat that it looks like that you've got there. So from that, you can also... Oh, I like the bit of paper that you've got in the background. That could be a date. Then using a bit of Hessian, old Hessian that you've also got in your stash as well. Absolutely beautiful. Just using some of your colouring techniques and the backing papers that you've got here are absolutely beautiful. And then you can turn them into this. How beautiful is that? Stunning, stunning work all together is what we're looking at for all of this at the moment. I will tidy that away shortly. Very busy on these. Get them while you can. 612148 is your item number. Now, boots. Some have bounced back. What does this mean? You had them in your baskets for longer than 10 minutes, so they're back on the shelf. In theory, it is not yours until you check out. You do not walk around the supermarket and pop it in your basket and you say it's yours. Obviously, no one would be rude enough to take it out, but you could if you wanted to. But it's not yours until you get to the nice lady on the checkout who talks to you for 3 hours and you hold up everyone and you feel very embarrassed. But it's a lovely chin wag. I love it. I've got one left. If you want it, grab it quick. £19.96, 519159 is your item number. For all 4, you pay for 2, I will give you another 2 absolutely free. 159 519159 is your item number for your boots. Whew. Then Handmade Papers we've got next as well. You've got the Natural Bliss, first of all, which is your top row, and also you get your natural papers down the front in your 12x12, your 8x8, your 6x6, and your 4x4 that's in there. And then you're getting 20 sheets in total is what you're getting. And then you're getting 12 sheets of your natural in there as well, which is absolutely beautiful. £9.99, 868827 is your item number. And then this one is your Marble Bliss. This time you get your 12x12, you get 15 sheets in total. 12x12, 8x8 and 6x6 is what you're getting in there. And you're getting... Oh, sorry, I'm choking on my words. and 12 sheets of the natural that's in there as well along the top row. So you also get the top row as well, which are absolutely beautiful, beautiful bits of papers is what you're looking at for these. From this, though, the item number that was 316820 is your item number. Then we've got some templates up next. Now, you get the templates and you also get the cotton reel. Let me show you what they make, though, because they don't look much in template form. You're getting the templates to make this said writing bureau that you have here. How beautiful is this as well? Sitting on your desk with all like maybe your papers that are going to go on the inside. All the measurements, everything you need to make all of this and to make these as well. Sturdy and strong. They're actually little boxes that you turn them into, so you could use them as a little pen pot if you wanted to. You could also attach them to the top of your bureau, so you could go really snaz if you want to do it. Absolutely beautiful. You get both the templates for £12.99. 327597 is your item number for both of these that we're looking at. Right then, we are busy. Have the boots gone? Oh, they're clinging on. If you want those boots, get them while you can, but the cakes are busy as well. Let's go back over to Crafty Corner with our Charmaine live in Crafty Corner. Here she is.
Okay, so I've done cake number 8. So cake number 8, come on down. So this is cake number 8. Obviously, you've got the artwork.
Come on down.
You've got the artwork on the front that you can copy if you so wish, not a problem. But you've also got shading tips in there as well. But we're not going to do that, are we? So what we're going to do is we are going to do a little bit of doodle time. So I think you've got samples over there with various ones that have been doodled in. In fact, the one that's just sold, that was mega doodled in. Oh, actually, the one that I did crisscrosses inside it here as well. So just a small bit of doodle, but there's lots with doodles in. So all I'm going to do is a hit and a miss and draw a few hearts in like so. And so you're not bored stupid watching me drawing hearts, you could also do them in the top here as well. Here's the one that I was doing while you were down there. So we started and I've added some colour to that. So you can see I've put hearts in here. I've gone in with my paint, the same colour throughout, and we're just adding a little bit of watercolour to those. And I'm sticking with the same colour for now. Here we go. Looks like a wedding cake, this one, doesn't it?
I know a question I was meant to ask you.
Well, go on then.
And I was meant to ask you off air, and I totally forgot earlier.
Is it clean?
No, it is. It's crafty. It's crafty. It's not about that rash again. But
oh, thanks.
Because you are the colouring queen, the one I know.
Oh,
you know
bless.
when you colour with, and then I was meant to message you on Facebook. I totally forgot that and all. When you colour with pens,
yep,
like ink-based pens, and you know when they dry really quick, and you get left that line. So you colour a bit, and then you get a line, then you colour a bit underneath, and you get like 2 different sections. How do you get rid of the lines?
That is the book-bearing thing that used to right royally. I won't say the word that I want to use. Right royally. Cheese me off. New word for me.
How do I get rid of it?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Sorry to go off on a tangent.
No, you're right. We'll do the bottom bit in. I don't want to do it with that colour. So actually, I'll mix it with another one. We'll chuck in a bit of purple, obviously, and a bit of water. So if you're going to do the bottom base, and we're going to start here, and say we go for a cup of tea, because that's usually when it occurs as well. And then if we take off some of that paint, so we've done a much bigger area, take off some of that paint so it won't be the same colour. If we go in here, you've got that line, yeah? But you see how I'm reactivating that ink? So if you've got watercolour, you can reactivate that. And as you're reactivating it, I've still got shade, and that harsh line has disappeared. You need to polish it a bit more, like you Mr.
Oh, okay. So just give it a polish.
That's my easier way of explaining it than putting fancy blowing words there that you never remember what half of them mean, and it's just polish it a bit more. So here, where that's dry, you go back in, that will reactivate, or use the same colour and go over the top and then pull it back. So if you get too much and it's dried too long, We go back in.
Yeah, see, that mine looks like that now, so I get two-tone. And I
it
think
really,
it's me.
really cheeses you off, doesn't it? And it did me as a kid too.
But this is the point where, to the point now, I've stopped watercolouring and colouring in because I thought I'm not good at it. It looked kiddified, as it were.
Yeah, and you want it to look like
I want it to look
the
like I
artist,
see you lot doing it. I stand here for hours a day watching people do it.
And I mean, now it's too dark, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull what's on my paintbrush. I mean, I'm a nightmare when it comes to mediums and things, so I try to get the most out of it. And with watercolours, they're a great one for if you've not got a massive budget, because they go a long, long way. I've got tubes and tubes and tubes that I've had for when I have the shops. And I've had them for years and years and years, because you don't use a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, what's in my palette here is tubes. And you just put the lid back on and it lasts. And the same containers, you just keep going back to it and reactivating it. So if you know that you can reactivate it in a paint palette, you can reactivate it on your card. You can just go back in. But you've got to know the capability of the card that you're working on as well. So you can dry off in between, and you can layer up, and you can go in, you can add more colours to it as well. And the only way of learning is to make the mistakes and keep going with those mistakes. Yeah, don't throw it in the bin. Add another colour on the top, mix your colours up and think, oh yeah, that works with that, or that doesn't, I won't do that again. Stick a bit of white on and start again, but keep working with that piece.
See, I threw mine away. I thought I'm no good at this, so I threw it all away.
Throw nothing in the bin. So we stick with the same sort of ready colour for the flowers, and it's got a mixture. It's almost like a dirty brush now. It's got a mixture of the two colours because I haven't sort of cleaned that out. But it's in keeping with the project because we've got those two colours in there. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's just about playing, and you see how I haven't completely. That would have drove me insane many years ago. I haven't completely coloured in the image. I leave it. And who's to say that I have to colour it in? We go back in with a white pen. Why go back in with a white pen when you can leave the white card? Yeah. I mean, you can go in later. That's a good one as well. Sparkly pens over the top, the iridescent one, it hides any sins. Okay. Glossy accents over the top, that hides sins as well. So if you see loads and loads of pieces of mine with glossy accents on, it's not always because I've made a mistake. I just like bring that one in. I put glossy accents on the cake area there. It doesn't matter how you colour in underneath that. This one here was just like half circles, put the glossy accent on, and it hides sins. And that, you know, that's a way round of not being overthinking things. So I'm just going to add just tiny touches of purple to this same flower here, just to mix it up and bring it. It's only because I actually want to use a bit more purple down there. So that's really strong, really in your face, and doesn't really look right, does it? We let it dry off, and this is back to what you said, Adam. And the other thing is, if you go over the edge like that and it annoys you, either white it out, I'll take some water, and imagine your water being like a bleach.
Okay.
So that'll pull the colour from it if you get it quick enough. Get it in there. And if you don't, then you add some grey to it around the edge, or in my case, blue. So I ain't quite got it straight away, but hey-ho. Everything's not always meant to be perfect, and it just depends on how you look at things. So I'm just going in with the water, and I quite like that. There you go. What do you think, Adam? Is it okay?
No, I like it. It's nice.
Yeah, he's not going to say he don't like it.
Look, if you might have stood here and went, actually, Charmaine.
Viewers might not like that. we would laugh.
I don't think it's up to your standard, to be honest. I think you're slacking slightly.
Yeah, you could do better.
Because you've got that light and shade, and going back to the question I asked, that is the case of most people get scared about different mediums. You stick with the same medium. I've started on the watercolour train because I was gifted some watercolour pens. And so I started using them. I got myself some water brushes because I think, well, I'm no good at using a paintbrush. Where a watercolour pen is like holding a natural pen and colour like a felt tip, just with colour on the end. And that's the way I went with it. But now I think it might be the card I'm using because it doesn't give me the wiggle room time that I need.
Yeah, it could be. What about a wiggle paintbrush? Right, this is not the proper word for it, but this is what I call it. I call it in between a wiggle paintbrush and a push paintbrush, like one that's like that, it's in a flat one, and it's quite sturdy, so you can push and you can move and you can manipulate and you can do your scrubbing on your paper. Now, I know you're good at polishing and washing up. You've already told me that.
I'm good with Mr. I'm good with the pledge.
Yeah, exactly the same as a pledge. You're just pushing it into the cardstock, so it's exactly the same sort of principle. And relax your shoulders and have fun. If you don't relax your shoulders, folders as well. Don't put too much paint on like I've just gone in, really giddy with the paint. Go in light and build your colour up as well, because if you look at it from a different angle, I move away now and then come back to it, you're looking at it with fresh eyes, and I dump things on the floor and look from it above, then things always look much, much better than being close up and personal. And then if you go back in with some water, you can then turn that down. So you saw that was really hideously plonked on there, but we're using the water to push it around so that those colours kind of merge together, almost like using it as a palette. The paper as a palette, rather than mixing your colours up beforehand, and build your layers up. And then the cheat is always to go in with your pencil.
Oh, okay.
So your pencil, or even, what have I got in here? I've got fine liners, so... Ooh, it's taking a long time on this now, this was supposed to be a fast one. Ooh, what I got? I don't think I've got a colour that really goes.
What's easier as well? Is it easier with watercolour pencils or watercolour pens? Out of curiosity now.
Watercolour pencils or watercolour pens? That will depend. That depends on you, of your confidence of a pencil to a confidence of a pen. The both will do a similar thing, but you can take like a pen and it's activated straight away to your cardstock, can't you? So like, we'll definitely get one here.
Sorry, I've gone off on a tangent now.
It's
okay.
It was just a
question, I thought.
Ask the question. Question time.
Because people might have had pencils gifted for Christmas, and they might be thinking, well, I might want to use the pens. What's easier and what's? So I find pencils a lot harder because I do full-on colouring, but you don't need full-on colouring because it's watercolour, isn't it? So you only need to touch the colour down.
Right. Okay. So use the side here. Right. When you take, excuse me, chestiness. When you take a pen straight to your paper, opposed to a pencil, you got your pencil. So you got a watercolour pencil, and you put that down. You've got to take the waters to that and activate it. So with a pencil, you've got two purposes. You can have it as it is, and you can get texture with that as well. So once you've activated it as a water, you can then go back into it once it's dry and add some texture to it. So that's why I like pencils. So that's the difference to me from a pencil and a pen. With a pen, as soon as we put it down, if we want to add this to this one, as soon as we put it down on the paper, we've not had to faff about with no water or anything. So that's great if you're on the move. And handy if you've got a water brush then as well, because you've not had to have a palette. You can actually pull a little bit of that pigment, if you do it quick enough, straight on the actual paper like so. Let it dry, you can go back to it. Or you can take your palette, you can do a squiggle, and you can pick it up. Again, you're not having to have loads and loads of pots, so that's the advantage from it. So you can pull that in, and it's wetter, and it'll move further as well. Whereas the straight on the page will dry.
Gives you a bit more resistance.
Yeah, so using it as a palette like a watercolour usually lightens it down, but will actually last longer, hence makes pens last longer than direct to it.
We've got about
same as an ink.
10 minutes left. I know I keep taking you off on a tangent.
And this wasn't meant to look anything like that, but you know, it's answered some questions, and as long as you're happy.
No, but it's questions that no doubt everyone's asking out there, and it's the simple things that we all forget to go back to.
You do what you're happy with, and you use what you're happy with, because whatever I do might not necessarily be right for you. It's like a lefty teaching a righty sometimes. You've got to find what's comfortable for you, but more so, relax, don't be nervous, it's a piece of paper, and if you're using watercolour, it's not cost you a bomb, has that?
No, that is very true. Get it go. These cakes are going like hot cakes once again, no pun intended. We have 4 left in the shoes. I've only got 2 left in those as well. So get in quick, shop ahead on the website for me. On the top, you've got cake 1, then on bottom just here, cake 3, cake 7 and cake 8 is what we're looking at for all of these. £10.99. 612148 is your item number for your cakes. We are very, very busy across the board. We're also busy for your boots as well that we've also got. Now, we've only got single items left now. I've sold out of the big collection. If you like the blue boot, I'll bring up the details for you. That is boot number 2, £10.99, but it is limited stock, is what you're looking at for boot number 2. 929985 is your item number. If you like the other one, sort of the red stiletto heel, this is boot 1 that we're looking at now, is also limited stock on its own. £10.99, 343229 is your item number there as well. We are busy across the board. Right, Charmaine, we're coming back to you.
Okay, this is another question, and it's one that used to annoy me as well. You see how you get the... It's probably easy to show you in an area where you get, like, a bigger area, and you suddenly start to get... Come on, do it for me. Start to get like a round puddle. Do you see that?
Yeah, another one. Oh, yeah, I get that a lot.
Okay, the trick with that is dry off your brush and pull it out. So sometimes a water brush is not the answer, a regular brush is the answer, because if you've got that flow of water coming through, you're drying it off, it's activating again. So that's when having a regular brush works. So I'm just adding some colour, doing it because we started with this, I'm carrying on with it. Adding some colour to these little squares, and where you get the little dot, if you've not put too much water on and too much paint on, that should just, if you keep it in the same area of where you're finishing, it should just kind of disappear in. But if you've got too much on, then you end up with that there, and it, well, it used to annoy me. And then you pull it off, just like I was saying. So that's one. So we get some colour on. And can you see how I'm not keep going for the paint, not keep going for the water? The shading on them are different because they're different amounts of paint that are on there. So we towel off, or we move on to the next bit and then come back to that, and that's when you can build up your colour and be happier with it. Does that make sense?
No, perfect sense.
Okay, and the great thing is we've got this little gadget from Secura, which is called a white gel pen.
Oh.
I love my white gel pen. The micron and the white gel pen, the clear one and the Stardust, have always been in my box of tricks. It's like, you know, somebody's ripped your left arm off if they're not in there. So where've they gone? Oh no, one's run out. And the other thing is you get the ink all the way to the end. Now, while that is wet, you know what's going to happen with my pen.
Yeah, it's going to run.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
We're going to get my sticky balls. So, if we go to the dry one, I can just add a couple of little dots, and that will just change that up. It doesn't have to be a couple of little dots. It's just the fact that I just decided I'm going to do 2 little dots for a change. So I put 2 little dots in there, and it just changes that up. You seen it?
Oh, I like that.
Okay, now we know that I've done the hearts before, so if I just add a little touch in there to the heart, whether I do it up the top like that, or maybe I want to do a little line down at the bottom, whichever you choose, but follow it through to each one. And then on the balls down at the bottom there, we'll give that one a little circle here. And you see how this little tiny things that don't cost you a lot of money and are in your box of tricks for a fair while change things up. So again, that's still wet. Just add in a little bit to that. And then my old favourite is to go in with a pencil. Have we got enough time?
Yeah, go on. Got about 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So I can't spot the blue that I normally use, so we're just going to go with a purpley blue for this one. And you can go with the same colour as whatever you've just used, but I'm going over the line art with the pencil, so by putting the line art back in but with a different colour, it changes it up again, and I just like doing it. Plus it makes, if you do add in a little bit of pencil to it, it gives it the look of like it's got texture. We'll go in with the same. It also looks like
you've drawn it. If you're going over the line with pencils, it looks like you've sat there and physically hand-drawn it. You've not stamped and coloured, you've actually...
Well, a great tip with doing something like that and making something look like a true watercolour is to use a light ink pad.
Oh, like a charcoal or a grey, smoky grey.
Yeah, really like a light one. You like between a beige, a neutral colour, beige and light grey. But then you've got to be good with eyesight and have decent daylight bulbs when you're working, so that you can actually see. Or maybe even have the acetate carrier at the side of you, so that you can, you know where you are on it, because you're not seeing it as easy. But when you finished it, it does look like it was completely watercoloured because you've not got those black lines.
That's good.
And it does look quite quick. How's that looking? I've got
That's
to
nice. It looks
repeat
beautiful.
the balls in here and here, and then when these are dry, I would add, I think they should be dry enough now if I can spot where have I put it back? No, it's just there. So we're just going to go with 3 little dots on there, and the same again here. And then I could go in with a pencil over all these lines if I wanted to as well, and just add little bits of detail. One of the things that I tend to do is I won't leave something alone. I just keep faffing, and then I'll walk away, like I said, and when I look back to it, oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, I know I've got areas to finish, but I could get away with some of these. If that makes sense. Over to you, Adam.
I think, look how quick that comes together. And let's put it bluntly, you don't need a lot of stuff to start creating pieces of work that looks like that on your screen at the moment. A few watercolour pens. Maybe you can't go for the best of the best. I can't go for the best of the best. But I go for what I can afford. And I bought a couple of water brushes as well, and I've got a few pencils at home from odd stores here, there and everywhere, and I give it a go. And as I said, the perk of working news, I can ask the questions that no doubt you're all asking at home, and I ask the questions and I think, well, how do I get rid of those lines? But this is the purpose of live television. If you have any of these questions, email in. You can email at any time to any of our experts that we have here. And works of art like this, once again, these can be used for all celebrations. Children's birthdays, adults' birthdays, his birthday, her birthday, any birthday you want them to do. And if you're clever enough, you could go in inking and you could change the entire look that you get. This top one, for example, take the candles off, paint that yellow rather than blue, you've got cheese. Put your little mouse in the background, you've got a beautiful block of cheese on a beautiful wooden log with roses all the way around it. You see? Just by thinking. Take the candle off the top on the second one, you've got a beautiful little house that's surrounded by a pond. I could go on and on, but I've got 30 seconds left. Start checking out your baskets if I was you, because I don't want you to miss out. The prices will go back up at 6 o'clock when we open up the doors to another brand new one-day special. All that's left for me to say, thank you, Charmaine, my love.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm packing up.
It's been an absolute pleasure. You go for that little glass that you've left on the side. You've earned it. You have, and so have you as well. I will see you bright and breezy tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. We will be here with more fun and frolics than you can shake a stick at. Don't you go anywhere. Go and get yourself a brew, because you really don't want to miss out. Coming up next, Doodle Craft Designs, and then All and Create, big save show. Then it's a little bit of proggy. We all love proggy.
Hello, I'm Barbara.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're Scarlet Rose Crafts. We're a family-run business, been in business for 2 years, and our aim is to bring new and innovative new products to the crafting industry.
We've both been involved in crafting industry for many years, and we're continuing to move forward with our new company now.
The Easy Mat Plate is our flagship product, followed by our innovative Easy Shim product.
Our range includes diamond trail plates, ultra-sized dies, cards and sticky sheets.
We're constantly developing new and unusual products, so watch this space.
On our shows, we hope to inspire you with our products so that you can carry on crafting, because our motto is, because we can.
So don't miss the Scarlet Rose Craft shows on Hochanda.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using the Hochanda app on your Amazon Fire Stick for free? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Amazon Fire Stick accesses the Amazon App Store to add new applications. By downloading the Hochanda app, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Simply turn on your TV and connect your Amazon Fire Stick. If this is your first time using the device, follow the on-screen instructions to connect to the internet and log into your Amazon account. Once set up, you'll need to open the search bar. To do so, simply use your remote circular directional dial to scroll to the search icon and select it. Now simply type Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. All you need to do now is select download, and remember, it's free. Once this is added to your Fire Stick, you can move the app for easy access. Press and hold your home button on any app and then select apps from the menu that appears. Scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the button with the 3 horizontal lines on your remote and select Move to Front. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Julie.
And I'm Paula.
And together we are Julie Hickey Designs. We formed our partnership after many years of friendship, after both of us being in the craft industry for well over 20 years.
We have a great partnership. I do all the day-to-day business side and Julie does all the designing.
Our range of stamps and dies are made to the highest quality. Our stamps are the deepest etch that are available and they are made in the UK. And they give you beautiful, clean, crisp impressions every time, and our dies cut like a dream. The thing I love to do most is to share my ideas, hints and tips with you, the Hochanda viewers, so I can inspire you to pick up a stamp and get creating. So be sure to tune in for the Julie Hickey Design shows
on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Katrina from Rowan Dean. We're a small family business that design embroidery kits. Embroidery has always been my passion and I'd love to show you how to do some of the stitches and some of the kits. We're based in Derbyshire and I'm really inspired by the landscape and flora of Derbyshire, and I think other people will be too. Our kits are really easy and I hope they inspire you to have a go at stitching. Since we've been on Hochanda, we've had a great time. Everybody's been really friendly and really good. We've met loads of people all around the country who watch Hochanda and find it really inspiring. Don't forget to join me on my Rowan Dean shows on Hochanda.
They say a stitch in time saves 9. Well, that's all I've got on that. It's very good to have your company. We've got a lovely show lined up, all about stitching, all about sitting down and just relaxing. I think that's what this programme is going to afford you to do when you get the fantastic kits home from Doodle Craft Design. We've got Debbie with us live on Skype. Hello, Debbie. Merry Christmas.
Hi Janice, how are you?
Yes,
Merry Christmas.
Oh, I'm very good, thank you. Did you have a nice Christmas?
We did. It was quiet, but it was a nice break.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, you deserve a break, because I know you've had a very busy year. Can you tell us about Doodle Craft for anyone who perhaps have not seen you yet here on Hochanda?
Yes, of course I can. We've been trading now probably 5 years. And I started the business when I was made redundant. I've always enjoyed stitching and also craft and drawing and painting. And so I thought what I'll do is I'll create a business doing all the things I'm passionate about. Somebody told me once that you should only go into business if you're passionate about it. And that's how Doodlecraft started. We've been started with games boards, but now we do creating by stitching kits, which is usable items once you've finished them. And we're best known for our games boards.
Yes, and we do have those on the show, which are amazing. So do shop ahead. If you like snakes and ladders, we've got one of those as well. We'll just give you a little tease. There you go. Oh, I used to love playing that when I was younger. Right, I still like playing it now, actually. And now you can create something to put in a frame, put on your wall, but also a practical use to it as well. But let's start right here with this marvellous kit, Debbie, that we've got here. The owl, the detail. Oh, my word. It looks like a patchwork of different fabrics, but these are all stitches, aren't they, Debbie?
They are. It's stitched in black work, but each section is a different colour and a repeating pattern for the colours.
Now, this is a lovely way to learn how to do different stitching, how to put it together. If I was a beginner, maybe I've not done any cross-stitching or any embroidery before, but I want to take this up. How easy is it going to be for me to create something like this through the instructions that we get in the kit?
You get all the instructions you need in the kit to create it, and we have some help pages on the website, or you can always contact me. All the details are on the kit. I'm at the end of an email at any stage. We do an introduction to Blackwork kit, which you can get through Hochanda, if somebody wanted to have a go at that first and then move on once they're confident they're enjoying it.
It's an absolutely beautiful imagery that you can then maybe place in a frame. You could also use this and maybe put it on a decorative piece like a cushion or something like that, Debbie.
Yeah, once you've stitched it, you can do virtually anything with it. And because it's, excuse me, all DMC threads, it's completely washable as well.
Now, we've seen the black work version. That's the rainbow, and this is the natural. Absolutely spectacular. Again, you can see the detail in there. It's almost like Spanish tiles, you know, those beautiful retro vintage tiles, almost in a mosaic style. It's absolutely fascinating. £35.99 gets you the embroidery kit, and all you have to do is choose between the rainbow, which is absolutely gorgeous, or the natural. There's your rainbow. You get all the skeins included. Is it skeins or skeins, Debbie? It's skeins. Debbie, I always get that wrong. Skeins, that's it. Or the natural, which is beautiful. I don't know which one. Which one is your favourite, Debbie?
It depends on, just being difficult, it depends on what I'm feeling like that day. Sometimes I love the natural one, but I did enjoy stitching the rainbow one.
I know what you mean, yeah. The rainbow one's very colourful, it's different. £35.99 for each of those kits, 437-449. Let's talk Dolphins next, because this is another kit we've got for you on the shows. Absolutely beautiful. So you have got two choices here. You have got at night, or you've got the sunshine choice. The one you're looking at here is at night. Of course, the sunshine one will be on more of a natural fabric. But again, those stitching, I find it almost looks like it's been done on a machine, but this is all hand stitched, isn't it, Debbie?
It is, yeah. All of it's hand stitched. The Dolphins are actually on a slightly bigger count, not bigger count, 14 count for the Dolphins. The owl was on 18 count. They are slightly different in size.
They look incredible, and I love the stitching because we're not using just cross stitches here, are we? We're using a whole different array of styles, and you also get a guide, don't you, Debbie?
You do. You get a couple of charts with this one, just to make it easier for you to see which areas are stitched in what colour and what pattern. You get a sort of a random coloured pattern so that the areas stand out from each other, and also a black and white chart so that you can see the patterns themselves a bit clearer.
Now that's the colour chart. Let me pick up the excuse me, the black and white chart. There you go. And we've got another one there, you can see, so it's very easy to follow. 983444, £32.49. Something that's very mindful, isn't it, using the craft of stitching, to be able just to sit down. You don't have to do this all in one go. You can put it down, Debbie, you can come back to it, and you can stitch when you feel that moment is right, can't you?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I find it very therapeutic. You sort of can get caught up in with the black work, because some of it's repetitive. You can get quite caught up in stitching. It might sound boring to some people, but it's quite comforting to stitch the same thing sort of over and over again to create a shape.
Yeah, you get into that rhythm, don't you, which I think is fantastic,
Yeah.
whether you're painting, crafting, with all sorts. Sometimes when you get into that rhythm, you don't have to think about it too hard, because once you start, you just carry on that journey. Right, let's move down. We've got some coasters for you, a coaster kit. So something that's practical, like the game boards that we've got coming up, something very practical would make a lovely gift for somebody. And these are beautiful, the butterflies. Again, the stitching in here is beautiful. I've never really seen anything like it because of the design and just the close area where that is. You can see the size of this. It looks really, really effective. Again, for a beginner, it actually looks like lacework. For a beginner, are these easy to pick up and create, Debbie?
They are, and the great thing about them, I actually made a few sets for Christmas presents, because they make great Christmas presents. You can either give them as a gift so that somebody can stitch them, or you can stitch them yourself and give them as a set. So, and again, they're very easy to follow the chart on those ones.
Now, not only do you make that beautiful design as well, you've got all the elements to put together to make that fantastic coaster, and you do have that frosted glass on the back, but you've also got the little feet as well, which is a brilliant addition. It really, really is. How lovely are they? £33.99 gets you the whole kit, so you can make 4 coasters. £33.99. 037836 is your item number if you want to put that into your basket. Why wouldn't you? It's a fantastic kit to make and create. Could be a present for yourself. You could put these on the wall. It doesn't have to be for coasters. You could keep the coasters for yourself and maybe put the butterflies into a frame on the wall. Right, next we have an Egyptian theme for you. Wow, is that a sphinx that we have here? It's a cat embroidery. I don't think it is a sphinx, but my word, this is spectacular. I love this design, Debbie.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm a bit of a cat lover. I've got 7 cats myself. So last year, I think it was, I had an Egyptian theme for some of the games boards, but I liked the cat so much. I created the kit with just the cat in it.
Absolutely spectacular. It's gorgeous. We're just seeing a sample here, and I don't know if this is coming across actually on your screens, but can you see that beautiful gold coloured thread that's used there? Isn't that effective? And with the eyes as well, it's very striking, Debbie.
Yes, yeah, I do like to use some metallics in the designs. Not everybody likes using them, but I think if you use them in small parts, then they're very effective.
Absolutely stunning. This actually is just half the design that we can see here. This is the full design that you will be creating. So let me just open this out to show you. There you go. So the full design is going to cover that fabric. It's 14 by 10 inches. I think that would be spectacular on a cushion, or maybe in the centre of a table runner, because there's no rules as to where you can put your piece of artwork. When you've done it, you can use it for all kinds of things, can't you, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I like, to be able to use these things. So many people stitch pictures and then just put them away because they've enjoyed stitching them, but they've got no room to maybe display them. But if you've got a use for them, then that makes it even better.
I love that. 440308 is your item number, £27.99. Right, let's move on to the game boards. Now, these are practical. They're fun to create. You've still got that mindfulness of sitting down and stitching. I think these could make an heirloom for generations to come. You can play checkers on here. You can play chess. You know, checkmate, for example. The Queen's Gambit, another great move to make on your chessboard there if you know your chess moves. And if you don't, maybe this is going to be the starting of your new chess career, could be. We've just had that programme on the television, which has got lots of people into chess now. I do love the game of chess. I think it's fantastic. Sort of game that you can make a couple of moves and then move on from. But I think you're going to enjoy making this just as much as you are going to enjoy playing on it. £37.99, 996388. So with this you could rest your grey matter and then you could exercise your grey matter when you play the game. Now Debbie, how long did this, or would this, I know it's how long is a piece of string, but how long would this take to make?
That one is, the great thing about the chessboards is you're actually only stitching half of the fabric, because all the white squares are just left blank. So that one took me, I think, about 8 weeks, but I stitched for 3 or 4 hours a day. But you know, with the chessboard, it's like doing a little sampler. So each time you create a square, it's got a different pattern in it. And it sort of encourages you to move on to the next one.
It's absolutely fascinating. Now, you might be looking at this thinking, right, that's printed on, Janice. That must be printed on. Let me just take this and turn that the other way. There's all the back. That's all the stitching. So this has been stitched. It looks spectacular, and that really is an heirloom piece. If you've got a glass table, you could put this underneath the glass top of the table, which would keep it safe, but also will allow you to play on it. It could be a coffee table. I think that would be really good. 996388, your item number, £37.99. If you want to go for that kit. And of course you get everything included. You get all the different threads in there, the instructions and the needle as well. Now, if chess isn't your game, maybe you like your backgammon. I used to play this actually a lot. It's very addictive actually. Backgammon, very, very addictive. And it's a beautiful board as well. It's very colourful, very detailed, and you'll notice we've got that dragon in there. So if you are a fan of dragons, let me just get this and turn this for you so you can see that. Oh no, I think, no, maybe it was that way, it would be better. Sorry, beg your pardon. Let's turn it that way. I'll just lift it up to show you. Again, this is part of the board. It hasn't been finished yet. To give you an idea of the size, I'll just take that off there, and I'll just take that off there, and I'll just do that there, and then that will give you an idea of the size that it's going to be when completed. 45 centimetres, 50 by 40 centimetres. This is a beautiful board. Do you play backgammon at all, Debbie?
Yes, I do. And this design I actually created for my husband and my silver wedding anniversary, but that was 5 years ago now. Aww. So unfortunately, I stitch all, well, not unfortunately, I stitch all my own samples. So you can imagine sometimes I only stitch enough to show people what it will look like. And then I need to move on to the next one.
Now this is lovely. Let me just pick up this gold thread here. That is really going to add some sparkle and detail to the kits and make it look very regal, make it look very expensive, I must say. That price, £45.99, is a snippet of the price that perhaps you would pay for one of these once it's all hand-stitched. Imagine going into a store and buying a backgammon board that's been hand-stitched to this quality with those beautiful threads, or imagine finding it as an heirloom. Can you imagine how much this would go for? It's absolutely incredible. You're going to make this. 627131 is your item number. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Now, Debbie, we do have some demonstrations from you. They are on video, but we did want to give you a call on Skype so we could have a chat with you. Can you just let everybody know where you're Skyping from?
I certainly can. I'm in Scotland, in Fife, just over the river from Edinburgh. It's freezing cold here today, but it's been nice and sunny, so no snow at the moment.
Oh, no snow at the moment. Well, that's good news, isn't it? That's good news. Well, thank you for the moment, Debbie. Thank you very much, calling us live from Skype. And we'll probably have a chat with you later on. Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks very much, Janice.
Right, let's have a look at our first demonstration, and also this gives you time to check out your baskets. Let's have a look.
Hi. Now this demo is looking at how you put together the coaster and the options for the backing for it. Now we have a set of 4 coasters, butterfly coasters, on sale today, but this is a single version to show you what you get, which is a nice chart, stitching instructions telling you all about how to do any stitches you may require, your threads, your needle and your fabric to complete the design, and then the coaster to put it in. So once you have stitched your design, now I don't have a spare stitched butterfly here as it is down in the Hochanda shop, so, or studio. So here is a nice heart design, or heart of hearts design that we have. And so once you have cut it to the size of the backing plate, you then insert it into your coaster, making sure the feet are outside, and click together, and there you have your coaster. If you don't wish the backing, then we have a number of options for you. So if you put your coaster in, you can then get a nice piece of card, cut it to the size of the backing plate, put it in to the back and click together, and there you have a nice piece of backing. Alternatively, you can do the same with a piece of fabric. So you take your design, put it into the coaster, put the piece of fabric over the back, and click together, and there you have the backing like that. Alternatively, if there is enough Aida, you can fold it so that it covers over your stitching at the back, put the design into the coaster, and click together, and there you have a nice Christmas tree design that we have, with the backing covered as well. Okay, thank you very much.
They're easy to put together, but we've got the butterfly option for you. Those 4 beautiful butterflies, when finished, can be placed in the coasters, as you saw there in that demonstration, or you can actually put them in frames on the wall and have the coasters and use them for something else. I do like the fact they've got those little feet underneath. If you do want to go for that particular kit, £33.99, 037836. Right, we've got Debbie on Skype with us, joining us from Scotland. A little chilly up there, but not too bad. Debbie, we're taking a look at the Snakes and Ladders kit. Why did you choose to add this to your kits? Do you like this game?
I do. It's got a very special place in Doodlecraft's history. It was the very first games board that I designed, and it is our most popular. I think everybody has a bit of a soft spot for Snakes and Ladders, and it's great to see some of these older games, to keep going with generations now. and it's a lovely design to stitch because it's all covered in stitching, and again, what I've tried to do with the different coloured squares is keep the pattern the same for the colour of the thread. So once you've learnt the pattern, you don't then necessarily need to look at the chart quite so much.
I really like the fact that you've got the individual squares that you can see there, so it gives you a chance to mix and match your skill set when it comes to the stitching, and it does look like a patchwork quilt. It's amazing, but they are stitching. Now, am I right in thinking it's ladders go up, snakes go down?
Yep.
I think yes. Yeah. But it's fun, it's funky, it's traditional, it's retro, and you've got 2 payments. We can divide the cost over 2 payments of £20. Look at that, you can see the stitching on the back. Because you're opening up a flexi buy with this particular product, anything else that you add to your basket now will also be divisible into 2. So you get all of the thread required to build and create, and you get the full instructions as well, so that's going to be easy for you to follow. Brilliant, so that's your snakes and ladders. On to the next game. Now, I don't think I'm going to attempt to pronounce this. I could, and we could be here for quite some time. So, Debbie, give me the pronunciation for our next game.
Well, I believe it's pronounced Hanathentafel. It is a very old Scandinavian game. We've got it in our portfolio of games because we were asked by a customer to design it. And since it's been available, we've sold quite a few.
Have you?
I myself, I don't know the rules, but I'm told that it's a bit like a cross between chess and drafts.
Ah, so Hanefentel.
Hanathentafel, or King's Table is what
King's Table. Yeah, some people might know it's the King's Table. How interesting. I mean, it's a lovely design as it is, and I love the colours that you've chosen in there. If I just bring that up, you can see you've got your threads there. So beautiful threads. They're all supplied. Your needle supplied as well. And these are spectacular. When you come up close to these and see the detail that you've got in there, that you've stitched that. Oh, my word. How amazing. I think we've just been doing some research, actually. The game of Hanefentafel is about 1,000 years old. It's a Viking game, 1,100 years old or 1,500 years old. How amazing. If anyone plays this game, get in touch, studio@hochanda.com. We want to know the rules. 372984 is your item number. It's a spectacular piece of embroidery. Even if you don't know how to pronounce it, and even if you don't play the game, it's a spectacular piece of embroidery. It really, really is. And has proven to be very, very busy for doodle craft design. Now, something else that you've been shopping ahead for, and it's new to us here, is the choker kit. This is nice, Debbie.
Yes, I wanted to try and go back to the beginnings. Blackwork was brought across to England with Catherine of Aragon when she married Henry VIII, and at that time it was used for decorating clothing and household objects. So I thought I'd like to have a go at some jewellery, which might be something that they did at that time, and the choker is the first part of that.
It's beautiful, it really, really is. Just taking you around the back there. Now, we've just pinned it onto the model, but just to give you an idea, you've got that beautiful bow at the back. I bet our Catherine would like this. And that's velvet. Oh, I say. That's velvet on the ribbon. That really is beautiful. Now, because this is a smaller project than the games boards and the other things we've seen, can you give me like a time scale or a rough estimate on something like this?
I would say it possibly take about a week. The other thing you get in the kit as well is a lining of black velvet.
Yes.
So if you wanted to, you could wear it either way.
No, that is a lovely idea. It's going to be soft on the neck as well with that velvet. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning, that is. If you want to go for your black work choker kit, details are on your screen now. It's only £15.99. This could be your starting point if you want to give these kits a try. It's a great low price for you. 171105 is your item number, which is absolutely fantastic. Handmade, hand created by you. We have a hoop kit for you, which is a hoot. £9.99. You get 4 of them. They're non-slip embroidery hoops, and you've got the different sizes in there. Do we know what the sizes are? They go from large to small. 7 centimetres, 12 centimetres, 17 centimetres and 22 centimetres for those. Great that they're non-slip as well and reusable. And then we've got an embroidery feet frame. Love this because you sit on it and it's 10 inches. You don't sit on the whole thing. That would be ridiculous of me to say so. But then it is me. Do not sit on it. Oh, this is going to sound so wrong. Slip, just sit on the bit that's at the bottom. It looks like a foot, like a saddle. Sit on it like a saddle. And it's 10 inches in size. £22.99. Right, we have got some more demonstrations coming up, luckily. For me and for you guys. We're going to take a look at the backgammon board, so let's take a look.
As we are known for our games boards, we often have people ask us how they should best display the games board once they have completed stitching them. So I wanted to give you a few options and examples of what we have done in the past. So with this chessboard, for example, we have added some stiffening fabric and then a backing fabric, and it can be used as a pocket. So you put the pieces inside, roll them up, and you have a nice protected stitched board, and you can carry the pieces, take it away on holiday or whatever. With this board we have created, used a nice ladybird pattern and created a pocket on the back to keep the pieces in. You can then fold it up and put it away. We have a customer who enjoys camping, so they have taken their chessboard and backed it with vegan leather so that they can put it down on the ground when out camping and use it without any of the moisture from the ground harming their stitching. So that is a nice way to do it. One of our preferred options is to take a piece of card and put some double-sided tape on it, so that you take your finished board design and you stretch it over the double-sided tape. Creating a board is slightly more stable and you can play on, and you can then either have a wooden board or a frame and then set it into that with a piece of toughened glass or perspex over the top. We do have a customer who has actually taken 2 games and put a piece of card in the middle, a design on each side, and perspex with clip frames around the edge. She hangs them on her wall, and when the grandchildren come round, they can then swap it over to play whichever game they want. In all the games, we do now include an option list for picture framing, perspex, leather and fabric backing, and bespoke framing. So the options are there to assist you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. And there is that fabulous dragon backgammon kit. Oh my word. I just think it is incredible. It looks luxurious, it looks vintage, it looks antique in the best possible way, that you'd probably spend lots and lots of money buying something like that. You're not though, it's only $45.99. You're going to make it. How beautiful is that? And what a lovely hand-me-down that will be. 627131 is your item number. Right, let's talk about the owl. Now, we've got this in two designs for you. One is the black work owl with that lovely rainbow thread design with those beautiful stitchings, with the embroidery that all comes together. It almost looks like fabric, doesn't it? But it's stitching. It's absolutely incredible. And we have another option in the natural. So the one you're looking at the moment is the rainbow option. Beautiful greens and purples and blues in there with those wings, something very, very different. And then we've got the natural option in here as well. And you can see with the owls, let me just pop that there, there's beautiful owls. And then you've got the decorative piece at the top, across the top of the design as well. £35.99. You choose from your natural or your rainbow. Oh, I think I might favour the rainbow now after that. Let me show you the natural again. There's the natural, like a barn owl. Or do you want the magical, mysterious rainbow owl? Like that. Like that. You get the full instructions, everything you need to put the stitching together, so you can take your time, you can have a peruse, you can have a look at the stitching. It is a larger stitching. Let me show you that. There you go. So it is larger. So it's very, very easy to follow and very easy to see. That's just half of it. And then you get the other half, which is brilliant. It is actual size, absolutely perfect. You get that both in natural or the rainbow. 437449 is your item number. Right, moving on to the dolphins. Aren't dolphins beautiful creatures? They really, really are. I've seen many out there in the ocean. I've never jumped in to swim with one, unfortunately, but I am fascinated by them. And they are an image that so many people love to see. So if you're going to make this as a gift for somebody, I think it's beautiful. Have it as a wall hanging, have it as a bag, have it as a cushion. It's entirely up to you what you do with it. But you've got those beautiful, beautiful doodle elements in there, all stitched. £32.49. 983 444 is your item number. So you've got your nighttime, and you've got the daytime. In the kit, you get all the threads, you get the needle, and you get your stitching mapped out for you, so you can follow it very, very easily. I'll just bring that in. That's the daytime one there. Which is stunning, isn't it? Maybe this is going to be a whole brand new craft for you, which would be lovely, absolutely lovely. And then you have the larger element there, so you can follow it. Yeah, very colourful. £32.49. 983 444 is your item number. I'm sure I said 444 earlier on. Was the other one 444 as well? I think it might have been. Ooh. Right, moving on. We've got those coasters for you. These are, I love coasters. I've got them everywhere in my home. I do. I love coasters. Got to have a coaster when I'm having a drink of tea. I just think there's something quite nice about it. Now, you've got your kit to make 4 coasters. You could
use these in a different decorative frame, and then you'll have the 4 coasters to use, or you can put those beautiful butterflies inside the coasters. You can see there, just turning it around, so you've got the stitching on the back. And we saw the VT earlier on of how they go in. You've got your thread and you've got your needle in there, and you've got the full kit. 037836 is your item number, £33.99. Next up, we've got the Egyptian cat. Now, do we still have Debbie on Skype? Oh, Debbie on Skype, live from Scotland. Debbie from Doodlecraft Design. This is one of your favourites because you love cats, but also the design is so spectacular, isn't it?
It is, and there's something really special about the face, I think, on this cat. It shows, you know, how they can be a little bit enigmatic, and you know, if anybody has cats, you know, they have so many different characteristics, but I think this one, I just think it's quite special.
It really is. I love the threads you've used as well. We're seeing a close-up there moving down the cat, but when you see it from a distance as well, maybe you've got this on your wall as a wall hanging, maybe you've turned it into a cushion, for example, it looks really effective. Now, what you're seeing here is just half the design, because Debbie, you make all your samples, don't you?
I do, yes. So you can imagine that I'm kept very busy. So what I tend to do is stitch enough to give people a feeling for what it's going to be like before I move on to the next one.
Yeah, well, you've done a remarkable job here. And I know you're very skilled, but somebody just beginning to do embroidery work, I think this one will be a lovely project for them to do, because the main area really is the cat itself, where you're going to put most of the work in. But the other elements to it, I think, are going to be, you know, a really nice part to the project to do, don't you think?
Yes, I do. I do. The bits around it are really just to emphasise the Egyptian theme of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. A gift for yourself or a gift for someone else. It's only £27.99, but you get the full kit included in that deal. Right, next up we've got the game board, the chess kit. I like chess. I wonder how many people here like. Kirsty on floor, do you like chess? She likes it, just can't say it. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Lottie, do you like playing chess or checkers? Yeah. Jimmy, do you like chess or do you like playing checkers? He would like to play it, so maybe somebody could buy this and embroider it all up for our Jimmy. But you can play just checkers on here, which is easy. You can have it just as a decorative piece. I think it'd look nice in the centre of your table, for example. We thought about making this and putting it underneath a piece of glass, making a coffee table. You've got your chessboard there, ready to go when you want to use it, or just use it as your coffee table, decorative. £37.99, and you get the whole kit to create this. Debbie, is chess one of your favourite games?
I'm going to be honest and say no. It's I think I'd rather play the snakes and ladders, but I just like the form of the chessboards. You know, the fact that you can create the squares and create something different each time, and that to be honest, the thread that this is stitched in is also a lot to do with how beautiful it is. It's the variegated threads from DMC, the colorist threads. And every one that's stitched will be unique, because every person will maybe use a different strand of thread for a different space on the board. So none of them will be the same.
How interesting, and how beautiful that design when it unfolds before your eyes. So again, you get everything in the kit, just £37.99. You are creating history really by making this, because you are creating an heirloom for your loved ones to have or for you to keep. 996388 is your item number. Excuse me. We've got backgammon next, and this is a personal favourite of Debbie's. Backgammon, maybe you've played this, maybe you know someone that's a huge fan, maybe you've never played it, but it's something you want to get into. Debbie, this is one of your favourite games, isn't it, the backgammon?
It is. We play a lot of backgammon. I've also designed one the same design, but it was being given as a wedding present. So it had the name of the bride and groom in and the date of their wedding. So that's quite a nice idea for some of these games boards, because you can personalise them then to give as gifts.
That is a fantastic idea. That really, really is. If I just take these clips off again, just to show you the size that we've got here. It's a really good size because, again, Debbie does all the designs herself, but that's only part of it there, as you can see. It gives you a really good idea. I mean, take a look at that dragon. It's absolutely spectacular. And to think you will be able to do this when you get the kit home. £45.99, 627131. You might just want it on the wall in your home and not turn it into a games board. It would be like a tapestry. It really would. It's absolutely phenomenal. And it's so lovely to be able to get the kit to create this as well and create that heirloom. £45.99, 627131 is your item number. Now, we have been busy for the seat frame. I thought they said feet frame. It's a seat frame, of course. You sit on it and sturdies it for you. You could put it, like side saddle, just put it at the side if you want to. When you're watching TV, just keeps it in place. It's always very, very busy when we have that on. £22.99, 606286 is your item number for that one. We've got your embroidery hoops next. You've got the 3, 5, 7 and 9 inches there for you. £9.99, 2076557, sorry, is your item number. Nice colourful set, that. Talking of colour and colourful, snakes and ladders. We've got the kit here to make the snakes and ladders board game. Ladders go up, snakes go down. I remember playing this. A very vintage retro game, but I do know they're making it today, and it's also very, very popular. It's a lot of fun. Debbie, this is it's a game that you can really get into because it's fun that you can play with all the family, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the other nice thing about the Snakes and Ladders board, instead of, somebody has a baby, a lot of people stitch samplers. But then, the baby doesn't really have anything to do with that when they're older. The parents appreciate it. But you could stitch a Snakes and Ladders and put the baby's name and date of birth in the border. And then, when the baby's a bit older, it can play with it too.
That's a good idea, actually, yeah. In the board around here, you've got snakes and ladders, snakes and ladders, snakes and ladders. But, of course, you can replace that with a name if you want to, or date of birth, or... love it. And then you've got the little dice that run around the edge. I think that's really nice as well. And they are printed on, but you stitch onto them to make them look realistic. Just to show you that, there you go. You've got the stitching on the back. So that is absolutely fantastic. If you do want to go for your snakes and ladders, it's on FlexiBuy, which means it's £20 today, £20 in a month's time. It's interest-free payments. It's easy to set up. And then anything else you add to your basket before you check out will also be divisible into 2 payments. A great way to buy from us here at Hochanda. And being a Freedom member is a great way to buy as well, which means you don't pay any P&P, which is fabulous news. Most of our customers in America are Freedom members. They don't pay any P&P. They pay a one-off fee every month. Here in the UK, it's just £5.97. Bottom of the screen for that, 888. 888. You get a really cool badge as well, like I've got on there. Right, next up, I'm going to give this a go. Hineffentaffel. Is that right, Debbie? Hineffentaffel?
Yes, it's as good as I can do it.
Thank you, thank you. We've said it's it's a Viking game. It's over 1,500 years old, and it's a cross between chess and checkers. Is that right?
I believe so, yes. Yes.
Yeah. But some people might know it's a king's table. I just think it's a really beautiful design, and the blue and the brown that you've chosen as well. Are these variegated threads?
They are also colorist threads. So each one of these, once they're stitched, would be unique because the color falls wherever you're stitching, and you might stitch it in a different order to me.
Yeah,
but they are beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning, and the detail. I mean, if you have a look at some of the tiles here, we'll get a close up for you guys. I mean, look at that one there and that one there. Now, am I right in saying when you get the kit, do you have any template on there, or are you following the template from the instructions?
It's all counted stitching, mainly because the black work is done in single strand thread, and if you printed anything on the fabric you'd actually see the print because the single strand is so fine. So it is all counted stitching.
And can we start anywhere with the project? Do we have to start in the middle and then come on out, or can we start anywhere?
Traditionally for cross stitch you would start in the middle, but I find the games boards easier to start in the top right, top left hand corner. We give an extra 2 inches all round on our fabric, so to find the top left hand corner you would measure 2 inches in from the left side, 2 inches it down from the top, and that would be your left corner to start stitching.
I see, but everything of course is included in the kits. And if anybody needs any extra help, Debbie, how do they get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me via email on contactus@doodlecraftdesign.co.uk. Drop me an email at any time. I love to hear from customers, so no matter how silly you think your question is, just get in touch.
And that's on the sheet with every instructions that come with you, which is fantastic. Right, so the King's Table, the Hinafatafatafel, £37.49. On to something brand new. Proving to be very popular, actually, is the choker that we've got. And this is absolutely stunning. Have a look at it on the model, and then what I'll do is I'll take it off just to show you, because you've got that beautiful velvet on the inside. So it can be reversible. It is such a great price point, it really is. When you think you might want to start this, and also, Debbie, I was thinking, just going around the design as we're having a look here, if you wanted to add any beads to that, maybe to the centre, that might look very nice as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I had thought about that and hadn't got round to creating a version, but yes, I think the beads would look beautiful. No, and the other thing is too, if you buy the charts, you can reuse it and do it in different colours if you wanted to.
Oh, that is a good idea. I've just taken it off actually, because on the back you've got the velvet. It comes with velvet, so it's soft and it's luxurious as well. It's absolutely stunning. And if you did want to then make a bracelet to go with it, you can do, or a bangle. Yeah, I think it's stunning. I'm just gonna. You can feel it's very soft around there. Okay. How you doing? Hello. But it's gorgeous, and I think it's so effective as well in that colour. £15.99, 171105 is your item number. What we're going to do now, Debbie, is have a look at another demonstration, if you don't mind, and it's using the thread on the chessboard. So let's go and take a look.
Hi everybody. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and looking forward to New Year's celebrations. I wanted to go over again today using colorist threads. We're offering 2 kits that use colorists in today's product list. One of them is the colorist chessboard, which is done in these beautiful greens and wine colour, and the other is the Handmade board, which is done in the blues and the browns. And as you can see, they're variegated threads, but rather than being varieties of different colours, variegated colours, you've got different colours within there. So this board here is our botanic chessboard, and I just wanted to show you that once you start using the colorist threads, how you get the beautiful blocking of the colours, and there is a particular way you need to stitch to get that blocking. So I've got an example here, and I'm using Binker fabric just so that you can see the threads. Now, to get that beautiful blocking, you have to stitch in a particular way. So when you're doing your cross stitch, sometimes people do a run of stitches one way, and then come back. with the diagonal the other way. So as you can see from that, it doesn't really work with the colours in the threads. So you get a mismatch of colours, and you don't get that beautiful blocking that works so well. So what you need to do is to complete each cross at a time. And then you can see that the colour falls on itself. And you can see that the beautiful blocking is beginning to show here. Obviously it doesn't look quite so good on this large count fabric, but if we look at this one here, you can see again the beautiful shades that come through. And for our boards we use two strands for the cross stitch and one strand for the black work. And you can see that even with one strand, you can see the colour changes there. I hope this helps, and that it encourages to use these beautiful threads. Thank you.
There you go. So if you want to go for the chessboard, it is available. The Snakes and Ladders has proven to be very popular this hour, and so is the owl as well. It's a majestical image, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Look at the different stitches that you've got in here as well. Not simple cross stitch, but beautiful, beautiful detailed stitching. Very intricate, and you're going to learn so much, and then you can apply these stitches to other projects. The one you're looking at the moment is the rainbow option for £35.99. Look at the eyes. It's all in the eyes, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. 427449, and then there is the natural option, which is gorgeous. Again, this could be a centerpiece on the table runner. This could be a cushion. You wouldn't want to make it into a tweed towel. Oh no, I'm never good at that joke. No, it didn't work, did it? Didn't work. Sorry. I bet Debbie found that funny, didn't you, Debbie? Sorry, I did. Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I think Catherine found it funny, but for a different reason. These are absolutely stunning pieces of work, and I'm just taking a look at the detail in here. But again, you said that you could pick this up, you could follow the instructions, and you too can create something like this, even if you've not had a great experience at stitching. Which is beautiful, and it's a great price as well at £35.99. 437449 is your item number. That's the natural option. That's your rainbow option. Now the Egyptian cat we've had on the show. We've had some interest in that. That's the owl, but we've got the Egyptian cat. There you go. Absolutely stunning, that piece. £27.99. 440308 is your item number. We've also got the chessboard available for you. There you go. Says your chessboard, £37.99. And you can stitch your own. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It'd be great as an heirloom. Then we've got the backgammon, which is a favourite game of Debbie. And Debbie plays the backgammon. It's got the dragon on that, the dragon backgammon. £45.99. 627131. And then we've got a favourite of yours. It's the Snakes and Ladders. And that's 410641, £39.99. Debbie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today during this festive period. Have a very, very happy new year. And hopefully we'll see you here at Hochanda very, very soon.
Thank you, Janice. Yeah, I was supposed to be down actually for this show, but with travel being stopped,
we've run out of time. I'm ever so sorry, Debbie. We'll see you after the break. That's what happens when you are miles apart, even when we're calling on Skype. The lovely Debbie there. But coming up here on Hochanda, we have got more available for you, starting with a brand new one-day special.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. I'll be covering lots of areas of soft crafts like quilting, dressmaking, sewing, knitting, even printing your own fabrics. I'll even be bringing some items from my own Handmade by Hayley range. So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Have you heard of Hochanda Freedom? Did you know that as a Hochanda Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £5.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Hochanda Freedom members badge, regular newsletters, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with Hochanda more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause it if you're going away, or you can cancel it at any time. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or head to the website, quoting item number 88888 and join Hochanda Freedom today.
Hi, I'm Donna and this is my brother Simon and we're Pearlywinks Craft Supplies. We've been crafting since we were very young. My mum got us into crafting and we've been loving it ever since.
We have a good selection of inks. We started with our Winks, which are just a water-based ink, and then went on to the pearls. We've added some chalks, we've got some glitter sprays, and then we've added some beautiful stamps to complement the inks.
We've got a fantastic design team who help us with all our designs for the stamps, and we've got a great range of inks which we manufacture ourselves here in the UK.
Our pearl sprays and our Pearlywinks are loaded with mica, so they give you amazing results on your projects.
We hope that our products bring you as much fun, creativity and inspiration as they do to us. We love all of our products and we hope you do too. So make sure you don't miss our shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Lou from Studio Light. Studio Light has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studio Light bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studio Light have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studio Light shows on Hochanda.
A very good evening to you all. Yes, it is 6 o'clock and that means one thing, doesn't it? Of course, we've got a one-day special. Not only that, it is another big save show for you as well. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, please, again, go to the website and have a look at everything because we've got so much on offer here. Great prices as well. We can't possibly fit it all on the counter. But before you do anything, just say a very good evening to our wonderful guest. Of course, it's Abs is here with us in the studio.
Hi everyone.
How are you, Abs?
I'm very good, thanks. Merry Christmas everyone.
Oh, do you know, it's great to see you.
I'm
really
so
is.
happy to be back here. It's been a couple of weeks since I was here last time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm glad to be here and hope you're enjoying the show.
I'm sure everyone will be enjoying. And if you've got any emails or any questions to ask the Abs, please let us know, studio@hochanda.com. But let's get right with it because, of course, the one-day special, this is what it's all about, isn't it? And we've got a massive saving for you as well. A £15 saving on this bundle. We're going to go through each and every one of these items as well. This is truly stunning. £29.26 is going to get you today's one-day special under item number 269329. Now, I've got some stunning samples, as always, from All and Create, but I'm starting off with this butterfly. You do get 2 stencils, so there's one of them. This is our larger butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? The detail on this, Abs, is so fine, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, the stencils on this ODS in this one-day special are amazing. If you can see the details on the butterfly, and if you notice there are one nearly A4 size and one nearly A5 size,
yeah.
But the details inside the butterflies are different, and to give you that nice print and to give you those beautiful, but also the space in between. Can you see the space in between also is different? So you have that nice print, whether you use it with your sprays, your ink sprays, or you apply texture paste like I'm going to do my first demo, or you can do reverse technique with it, or use on jelly plate, as you can see on some of the samples that Catherine will show in a second. They are amazing and they're so intricate, they're so rich in details. I love them. They're amazing.
Absolutely stunning. And
you know, just to mention one detail, you can use as it is as a butterfly because it's beautiful, but also you can just use part of the wing because you have that mandala, you have that doodle, you have those flowers, you have those lines. It's so versatile, so you can use it either as a butterfly or just pick the section you want to highlight and you want to work with.
You certainly can. Just seeing one wing coming in the edge of the page, beautiful. But of course, we've got more than the stencils for you. We do have stamps also. I'm going to show you the stamps as well. They're absolutely beautiful. I must show you some of these samples in a second, but let me just show you the actual size of the stamps. You can see the packaging there. I'm just going to spin one of these around actually so I can hold this against there. This is the actual stamp itself. There we are. Lovely that you've got the sentiments in there as well. And then our little butterfly there as well. There it is. Beautiful. So much detail. And then there is another stencil for you as well. Oh, and do we get washi tape? Is that in there? Oh, didn't even spot that. Look at that. You've got 25mm in width with the washi tape as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you some of these samples while I'm here. And I've got to say, again, well done, design team. Amazing as always. This one's by Janet. Now that is stunning. Very, you know, there's not a lot of colour in there, Abs, but it doesn't need it, does it?
Absolutely. Just a bit of colour on your background, stamp that butterfly in the middle, and that's it, job done. But this one, there's a lot of work in here. She literally went with a marker and highlighted all the single small details inside the wings. It's amazing.
It really is amazing.
But it's so therapeutic for me, like to sit and doodle around it.
Yeah.
Just, you don't have to think about anything, like you don't have to like worry a lot. Just take your marker and doodle around the stencil.
Gorgeous. And of course you've got the florals in here as well. That stamp set, absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's so many different samples here. We may or may not get to see them all at this point. There you go, you see, the butterfly there, not using the entirety of the butterfly. And what a way to mix it up as well.
Absolutely. You can see here, this using the butterfly here, going with ink pads around it, but also mixed it with all those stamps. They work very, very well together. And you don't have to use the full butterfly. You can just use half of it or just part of it.
That is such a pretty flower there as well. Now, I can tell you it is already very, very busy. You are shopping ahead as well. When it comes to the one-day special, almost 20% of the stock has already gone.
Wow.
We're only 4 minutes in. We're not quite 5 minutes in, and
Wow.
it's already so busy. Showing you just as many as I can here because I know Abs is keen for me to show you as many samples as possible because you can see what you can achieve with this particular bundle. 269329 is the item number. There are more I can show later on as well, but I've got something else I need to tell you about quite quickly because we have a happy hour deal as well. Always great to tell you this very, very soon in the show because, of course, the price will go up at the end of the hour. It's not like the other products on the show. Happy hour prices will change once the hour is up. A £24 saving on this one. Now you're actually getting 8 stamps. Now we seem to be missing a stamp set, but you will, honestly, you'll get all 8. We can show you a picture of those as well. There they are, look. Just £31.92 is going to get you all of these. Individually, there's more than 8 stamps because you've got multiples in those packs, but 8 sets there, 301820. Do not miss out on that. Of course, you can pop that into your basket anytime, but if you don't check those baskets out before the end of the hour, that price will go up to £55.92. As I say as well, do be shopping ahead. We've got all sorts of fantastic stencils on the show for you. There's so much to show you. And the next item, I just have to smile when I see this. This still remains, I don't know if you know this, Abs, I've got quite a lot of stencils. This still remains my favourite all-time stencil.
Oh my God, that's a big
really,
compliment.
I love it, absolutely love it. And this is your totally dotted and your lots of dots, but not only the 6x6, you've got the A4 here as well. So you've got the best of everything. £3 saving, £14.98 is the price for this one. Really useful. I mean, I think you can see the detail then, the packaging, but just to put this onto a piece of black card as well, I am going to show you both of the stencils, because obviously, although it's the same design, so to speak, because the size changes, you're going to get different effects every time you use it. This is another stencil, Labs, where I can imagine Janet would draw into that and colour them all in.
I think she did it already.
Did she do that as well?
I need to ask her. I remember she did the triangle, the hexagon, the square, that's for sure. But the circle, which